Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Cake and Conversations. I am CiaraNirita, and I truly appreciate you hanging with me today. I do want to let you know that anything that you hear on this episode or any of my future Cake and Conversations, it's all for entertainment and information purposes only. I draw from my personal experiences, so if you are someone who needs additional help sorting through whatever it is that you may be going through, please seek professional help to help navigate through those waters. That being said, let's get into the episode.
I'm writing a vision and making it plain. Don't think it's a game, and some of it just might be hard to obtain. I know it, but I don't care, cause I know deep in my brain I'm destined for greatness, and I would not get it if I keep on playing. So let me go get it.
Hello, good people. So today, I really just wanted to come in today and just say something very quickly about remaining consistent, remaining steadfast, stay continuously praying, peace, all these things during this time. So, as everybody knows, we are experiencing a pandemic with the coronavirus, and as of today, where I am in St. Louis County in Missouri, we are under, I don't know the official name of it, but basically we are supposed to not leave our homes. Schools are closed, jobs are closed until at this point, I believe April 22nd or 3rd. So I wanted to just jump in and just hopefully be an encouragement to people to say, if at all possible, outside of leaving the house too many times and doing all those things, try to keep some normalcy in your routine. What I mean by that is try to keep getting up at the same time of day. You know, kids that would traditionally be going to school, try to get them up, get them moving, have their routine still be the same. I mean, obviously they're not going to be going to school right now, but sit them down, have them do reading time, homework time, coloring, plan meals with the kids, have them help fix the meals, cook the meals, or prepare the meals, do some stretching, yoga, or just general stretching, take a walk with the family outside. We can still leave the house. We don't necessarily have to be stuck inside the four walls of your house or your home. I know for me, like I said, in St. Louis, the weather is not the best right now outside. So I think tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy. So going outside and like taking a walk and things like that may be a bit difficult unless I catch it in between rain, and not raining. But outside of that, I would encourage everyone to just try to do your best to keep some type of routine or schedule. You don't want to get into the routine of just sitting and not doing anything or not moving and just getting your body getting stiff. Today, like I said, the weather right now is not the best. It's a bit dreary and rainy and things like that. So I wasn't able to go outside, but I am trying to, part of my, keeping my sanity, if you will, is to commit myself to 30 minutes of movement a day, 30 minutes of some type of exercise. And so because I wasn't able to go outside and do something, which I started this 30 minutes a day on Saturday. So I went for a 30-minute walk Saturday afternoon by myself in the neighborhood. It was kind of chilly, wore my coat, it was fine. Sunday, I did not do that type of workout. I actually had to move my oldest daughter out of her dorm because the school has moved to online classes. So we had to move her out. So I counted that as my 30 minutes because it took us like 2 hours to move her out. They only allowed 3 people. So it was me and my 2 daughters that moved her. So it was a lot of up and down stairs, carrying boxes, things like that. So I counted that. And then today, which is Monday, I actually did a YouTube video for some exercise for 30 minutes. But then I realized in the midst of doing that YouTube video, I realized how stiff my body is getting. So I want to encourage everyone to just move your body, keep doing some of those daily routine things that you were doing, or even start new habits, start new routines that you may not necessarily have been doing in the past, but you can definitely start doing now. Like I said, 30 minutes a day is not a lot, especially we're literally in the house for most of us are going to be in the house for the majority of the day. So it actually is easier said than done. I do realize that, because even though we're in the house, it can be a task at time, or it can feel like a task at times to actually just get up and move and do something outside of Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is, streaming service that you're using, to do something outside of that, or something that doesn't pass the time very quickly. I realize that for me, I get caught up in like a series, and I could just keep going and going and going and going. And then next thing I know, I have watched, binge watched whatever amount of episodes in the series. I'm like, you know what? I literally could have been doing something so much more productive, which is what I did today. So I turned on my YouTube video, put it in front of my TV. I watched my series, but I also paid attention to the workout video. So I kind of listened to the series and did the workout video. Again, it was 30-minute video. And then after that, I actually downloaded the Peloton app. Peloton actually has a 90-day free trial for their app, which the app doesn't only have workouts for the Peloton bike. There's other things. So you can, of course, use the Peloton bike, but there's also treadmill exercises. There's also outdoor exercises, outdoor activities, and stretching, yoga, cardio, things like that. So actually, after I did my 30 minutes of a cardio workout on YouTube, I opened up the Peloton app and I did a 5-minute stretch, and I realized my body is just stiff. Like, my range of motion is not where I want it to be, where I'm comfortable with. And this has only been like in the last week. Start moving your body, or keep moving your body. Don't allow yourself to get older from sitting around and scrolling on social media all day. Make sure you are still moving your body. Make sure you are still working your mind muscles. Definitely, again, close out social media, but do things that not jog your memory. Do things that are productive mental exercises. So things that make you think, things that require brain power. Do some puzzles. Do some crossword puzzles. Do an activity that may require you to visualize something, like a vision board. Sit down and figure out what your goals are. What would you like to do? You can definitely use this time to get yourself refocused on what you want to do with life, what you want to do in your business. A lot of people who are entrepreneurs right now are not able to truly work their business like they traditionally would, but this may be a good time for you to reset and refocus, so you can use this time to come up with a better strategy or a better business plan, or even to fine-tune the things that you are already doing that may be working and you're trying to break into a new market. Use this time for that. Try to figure out how you can incorporate some type of social media presence with your business. This time should be used for productive activities, not only for yourself, but also for your family. We are in a very unique situation where families are all in the same space regularly, on a consistent everyday basis. So we definitely need to be taking advantage of this time. So folks, spending time together, playing games together, doing things where you all are in the same space. So many times we, and myself included, and as I say this, I'm speaking to myself as well. So So many times we are not really focused on the things that are happening right in front of us, and our children are growing up and becoming young adults and becoming adults, and next thing we know, we're stuck in the house with these young people, whatever age they may be, and it's like, we really haven't talked. When you think about it, you haven't talked, you haven't really spent time together because everybody's kind of in their corners. I know for me, that's how my house is because I have teenagers. So everybody's kind of in their space and nobody's really actually interacting. So being intentional about interacting with your family and getting to know them as people, not just as a parent child or husband wife or sibling, not just those familiar relationships, but get to know them as the actual person. Because the thing is, I actually had this conversation with a coworker friend of mine today, and we were talking about how as family members, we tend to, especially if you grew up or you've been in the same household with someone for an extended amount of time, you know them as basically you get into this routine with them, and so you know them through that routine. But once you develop your own lives outside of, say, the home, be it siblings that grew up together and now you all are kind of going your separate ways as adults, or a husband and wife who have been together for a while and you have, lives outside of your marriage because of work, because of, separate friends potentially, like just those things, just interests that have changed over the years that your spouse may not know about, or parent and child relationships who you've always had this parent child dynamic, but your children may be getting older and that relationship may need a shift, or it may be time for a shift in that relationship, and just trying to figure out how to navigate those waters and move from, say, a parent child to still a parent child, but leaning more so towards the friend. And I use that very loosely because I I've told my children all their lives, I'm not your friend, I'm your mother, because I still want to maintain that level of respect and I still want to maintain those boundaries, but I also want them to see me as a person, as a woman, not just an authority figure, even though I am the authority figure. I hope that's making sense, but definitely we should be using this time to cultivate those relationships and build on them, and make them even better than what they were when this whole pandemic situation started. I just want to encourage everyone right now to use this time to expand your mental capacity, to learn something new. There are an abundance of things available to you at your fingertips, literally at your fingertips, on your phone, on YouTube, on different apps, on Skillshare, like all these things, these all of these resources that you have available to you. Definitely tap into them. Again, unplug from social media, and definitely commit yourself to exercising at least 30 minutes a day. Move your body in some kind of way, whether it's playing with the kids, going for a walk, whatever it is. Find some way to move your body every day. Do some stretches every single day. Do something productive, or something that will enhance you in some way, be it creating a vision board, learning a new skill, learning a new, figuring out a new task, doing some early spring cleaning, all of those things. Well, it's really not early because it's actually spring now. First day of spring was March 20th. I know that because that's my brother's birthday. But use this time to be productive, not just sitting around and getting stiff and stale, because that is what we will do if we do not be intentional about what we are using this time for. This is definitely a time to get closer to God. I say that again, it is not the easiest thing to be intentional about any of these things, but speaking to you, I also speak to myself, and I want to be committed to these things in a way like never before. I want to come on the other side of this coronavirus pandemic better than I was when I went into it. Refresh your wardrobe. Not saying go out and purchase anything. That's not what I'm saying. But go through your closet. Things that you don't really wear, don't need, don't use, bag them up. Put them where they can be donated later once we are, released to leave the house. Do things that are going to refresh your life, refresh your mind, refresh your spirit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. This is a very, very short episode. Again, I want to just be an encouragement during this time, and my prayer is that we all can continue to be positive with each other, to be committed to be committed to the social distancing so that we can get through this hump, to be committed to creating a better space and a better self for not only our personal selves, but also a better person for the people around us. So definitely getting to know each and every one of the people that are in our families, our friends. Make sure you're staying connected to friends. That's going to be very important right now, is to stay connected to the people that you love, because, and not only the ones that are in your house, but like friends. Make a phone call. Try to not only text, but actually make the phone calls. I think I mentioned this in the episode from last week. Stay connected. You definitely will need to stay connected during this time. Stay connected to friends, family, and definitely stay connected to the source, which is God, during this time. All right, people. So again, this is a very short one, but I did want to do another encouraging word during the coronavirus time. I definitely am going to continue to pray that we make it through this on the other side a better people than we were when we came into it. So I hope that you guys are staying safe, staying committed to just being a better you during this time. Definitely make sure you are taking care of your mental state during this time. Stay off of social media if you need to. Make sure you say prayers and take some time and meditate and be still if you need to. But also at the same time, move your body, because you don't want to be sitting around doing nothing all day, every day. All right, people. So again, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. This is a very short episode, I know, but I really do appreciate you tuning in with me every week. I am CiaraNirita. I'll talk to you soon.